Hey, Wheatfield, how y'all doing? Welcome back to the field. Lord, oh Lord, today has been a nice, relaxing day. We slept in. We have 6 whole days off of the other service. So we are seriously excited. We took this morning to rest. Ooh, wash this mane, y'all. Get a fresh new anointing on this hair crown. Yes, we decided to do a little bit of freshening up. You know, we've been kind of real raw and bare. You know, we did a no makeup November for the most part. Let the face rest. We made it almost pretty much through December. So what do y'all think? We did a little bit of sprucing up for the day. Just a little bit of, something, because you know your girl. We got to wake, pray, and slay. Come on in here, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. I need to get a sip real fast, and then we're going to jump into the formalities just to let y'all know, just in case there's any new wheat here, coming into the Tears and Wheat Tarot show. Okay? Get a sip. Y'all, welcome. Seriously. Welcome back, my wheat. What up, my wheat? If you new, welcome. I'm welcoming you too. Yes, this is a free and open space. Yes, free and open space for you to just be you. We are a channeled messenger. Yes, we are. We channel in the spirit with the eternal Lord of all, the infinite intelligence of the all, and the breath of life, the force that connects the all. Okay? That's really what it is. And we look at all the theologies, all the ologies, all of them. From theology to biology to astrology, all of them. You know, whatever one. Psychology. We got some dark psychology sitting over here too. Just to show you. Okay. Dark psychology. Yes, we read it all because we need to know what's going on so we could take a look at it so we can move around. Okay. We bring in all the pieces together that we can learn, we can put together, that we can see, because creation is everything and creation is whole. And it's called by the intelligence of the Most High God, and it left a word on it so we can read it. And anything that we can see, we can read. And that's what we do. So if you could vibe with that. Oh, just one more thing before I tell you if you can vibe. If you vibe so far, subscribe. Come on in here and do that thing. If you feel it in your soul and it's going to hit you in the kingdom, go ahead on and do what you need to do. Don't let me stop you. Will not, okay? But just to let you know, I'm not profane, but I damn sure cuss, Ashe. So if you can rock with that, if you hang on in there with your girl, you can vibe, subscribe. At the end of it, if it's something that you care about, share it out. Sharing is caring. It is. And if you really want to come back on a daily and get this spell, hit that bell. We do it at least once a day. At least once a day. So with that being said, welcome to my space. We don't even know what the message is going to be for the day. We really don't. We don't. But we do know that we need to pray, because we can't do nothing without prayer. I'm just saying. So, another disclaimer. It could be slow. It could start off like Cold Crisco. It really can. I mean, that old school stuff. And I might date myself, but I don't care. It's that shit you used to get out the pan. Like, you got to scoop it out. I mean, the can, you know, the big thing. You got to scoop it out and get it in the pan. That right there. Put it in the pan. And then the Most High put some heat on it. And then we get to cooking. You know what I mean? We get to frying or something, you know. Sometimes it's slow. Still, like, it just crock pot status. You know what I mean? Like, I put me some pinto beans on night before last and let them go overnight. That's a slow thing, but it stick to you. It's good for the soul. Because guess what? I ain't going to feed you nothing I ain't going to eat. So every message is self-edifying. Yeah, before we serve it out to the wheat. Because, that's just what it is. I ain't going to, we don't do that. So every message is edifying unto self first and foremost. And we become so full with that message that we serve it out to the wheat, yes. So that you can also be edified, you know what I mean? And then you can serve that up to the source. Because the principles of this thing is that we come together in unity for the sake of the Most High. Not calling on to anything in specifically, but I'm talking about the Father, the Creator, the one that made it all by its intelligence and connects and binds us all with the breath and force of life. So however you get there, it's however you get there. There's no judgment here. It's not. I don't judge you and you don't judge me. So if y'all ready for this ride, let's do it. All right, G? Let's get it. We got to praise. We got to pray. We got to pray. Yeah, we be having energies up in there, but that's why we got to pray. Make sure that we good and sealed before we get to doing this thing. Cause I feel some things going on. I do. So let's get into it without further ado. All right. Which one? This one. Yes, Father. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I reach into my kingdom space, touching and agreeing with my highest self, Yes. Please, thank you so much for guiding me, my guidance, allowing me to connect to my kingdom space, and I know who resides within. Thank you so much for my awareness of the eternal Lord of all that made me, my light, my trueness, my essence, yes. Made me in every piece of creation by its intelligence, its mind did it create all things. And your breath, it fills me. It fills me. It gives me everything that I need to stay animated, to move and stay in the flow. And as I give that back out, that creation, I share myself with the all. I do this so that I can edify you, Father, with everything that you have edified me with. I take that in and transform it in my chakras, and I send it up to you for discernment. And as you give me your answer, I receive that back in, and I receive it in my heart space, and I surrender onto you. I surrender this vessel onto you for service so that I can obey your will. Yes, because heaven has come to earth to do a work. And I surrender this vessel onto you to perform that work. Please help me and protect me and keep me, Father, as I do this work. Call in the spirit of might for protection in this space. Seal this space, Father, so that nothing that it could come against me to distort, distract, confuse, conflict, disillusion, cause chaos, or any type of confusion to go out into this space. We bind it up, we bind it, we seal it, and we cast it down. Let my light shine so bright that it pushes back anything that will come against me. Blind it out, Father, so that it cannot even see me in this space. Woo! Yes, Father, thank you so much. Help me with this message, Father. Bring it into me so that I may be edified, so that I can edify you and edify your weak, so that they may edify you. Let us come together over the principles of this message so that we may unite, magnify ourselves, so that we can raise ourselves up and edify you. For we are your wheat, and we are called for good bread. And if we be in alignment to perform this work in this now, please seal me and give me your authority. Seal me by your authority with your ashe. Or, Father, give me further words that I may pray. Are we in alignment, Father? Yes. Please seal us. Please seal us with your mighty hand. Please seal us with your mighty hand. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you. Is there? Yes. Yes. Thank you, Father. Thank you for moving in this space. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ashe. I say, y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Father says something over here on the shelf that we need to get, that we need to pull out. Blew the breath in this direction, yes, so that whatever it is over there that we need to get is also been blessed. Yes, thank you guys. Let me go over here and figure out what Father wants to have. What is it, Father? This. Is it back here? This. These are on the table. This, okay. This, no. Anything else, Father? Do we have it? We got it. We got it, y'all. We got it. These. Okay, so we're using these. I'm using these. Nope. Put those back. These. Nope. All right, guys. We got a couple of decks lined up. We got some gateway lights activation we're going to be pulling from. Put that over there. We got some African goddess rising. What's that? That flew on the flow. This is etheric chords. Just slipped out my hand off the table onto the flow. So we just gonna show that for the energy just in case Father bring it back. Fearless love. I cracked open. See that? Fearless love. We got worthiness on the bottom. All right. We see some truth peeking out. Some live out loud. That's also peeking out. All right. What we gonna learn today, y'all? I need to get this big box off of here. It is in the way. So we're gonna move that out the way. Put that over there on the shelf. Y'all, I promise you, I got like, I don't know how many sets of cards. I think I'm on almost, I might not need another shelf just quite yet. I might have to do some rearranging though, because my books is down here too. We have the dark psychology that's on the table. Father did blow the breath over here in this direction as well. We were also working through the 48 laws of power, so we got some of that, and we've been taking some notes. We also been following this Daystar Peterson trial. That's the thing. And in terms of that energy, I'm not really for sure if that message is really ready yet. We might touch a piece on it. So the gist is pretty much the fact that, you know, it's more people concerned about this woman's past life, Miss Megan Pete. People are concerned about her past life and who she was with, this, that, and the other, and all the hoopla, the spectacle about the thing. And making a spectacle is a law of power. It is. And when people do that, we have to question and wonder why. Like, why? Why are we not really simply just focusing on the fact that a crime has been committed and it needs to be borne out? You know, and for some reason, she did not come up and come through to say exactly what happened that night. I mean, she didn't. This right here, yeah. Heart chakra open. Anything else? Nope. Father said, this right here, heart chakra open, unlocking, and generosity. That's a challenge. Because for some reason, like we were kind of saying, it's like people are not considering the fact that something did happen. Something happened. It doesn't matter what the gossip is. And I know that gossip has always been a thing, like the tabloids, the Inquirer back in the day, if people still remember that, and I mean, hell, Wendy Williams made a whole career out of being a gossip person, right? And a lot of people still do that, but for me, it's just so disheartening because we're not being caretakers of each other. It's like the news is so biased. We sit up here and scream fake news, but a lot of us are really in that realm of just fake news, just putting it out there as the headlines hit. It's like you've already made up your mind and your decision on what has happened, but you're not really considering how this whole thing is being manipulated. I mean, are we really considering how this thing is being manipulated? Think about it. There's really no such thing as surprise witnesses in the court of law like that. I mean, this is not, Law and Order where dun 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 like that stuff. It's not real. That's TV. I mean, if anybody that's gone through a court proceeding or had to litigate or go to trial know that you have to log your evidence. You have to share it with the other side. It's called discovery. You can't call in evidence that you have not introduced. I mean, if the judge allows something new that just came up that you wouldn't have had an opportunity to disclose, then that right there is a thing. And you can argue for your justification to have that evidence introduced. That's a thing. Yeah. Your witnesses, they go on a witness list. It's not a surprise witness like, oh my God, we just found such and such and they just popped up and they're good. No, that's not the thing. It really doesn't go like that in real life. Like, real court I mean, like, can be boring as shit. Like, because you usually have like an awareness of what they're gonna say, and when they say something different, then they go to headlines. Like Kelsey. I mean, she came up in there and said something totally different from what she said to the investigators, threw them for a loop. And that's kind of shocking, right? But then that right there itself should make her a questionable witness. But there's people out here like, oh, we believe Kelsey. Why? I think that us culturally have very little, how can we say that, Father? Positive reframe, positive reframe. Really on some real shit, barely, it's not a whole lot of us that actually know what goes on in the courtroom. Hell, shit, most people don't even show up to their court hearings. You fuck around and get hit with something and a ticket or whatever. Do you know that most of the time that you can fight your tickets and get out of it if you just show up to court? Like, a lot of people get fees and fines and stuff just simply because they don't show up. Like, there is a whole subpoena process. Like, I don't have to volunteer to testify. I can be subpoenaed. Like, we look at that in Congress, like where all of these, committees and stuff that Mr. Trump was going through. And what did they say? They would subpoena him, right? If you don't come in, we will subpoena you. It's a whole thing. And then it's like so many questions that I don't see answered in the media about this case. Like the driver, where is his family? If he hasn't shown up, where is the reports in terms of the investigators reaching out to the driver, trying to find them? Where is their family? Did anybody interview any members to see if they made statements or they could find him or anything? Like, where are the affidavits? It's a whole bunch of stuff extra that goes into this besides just the spectacle of who she was giving her to. I mean, like, really. And giving your twat to anybody is a two-way street. The guys don't get demonized the way the woman does. And I'm not taking no sides for anybody. The only thing that I could say, and realistically, is that a crime was committed. A crime was committed. At the very least, this woman was shot. I mean, and she didn't press charges. She did what, like, a lot of us do, like, don't press charges, don't go to the police, don't do none of that. She was taken to the hospital, and when they found bullet fragments in her feet, and was like, what's up with this? You said you stepped on glass. That's what we took down when you came into the hospital, like, believing that what you said was true. But then when we go do surgery on you, we find bullet fragments. What happened to you? And shit snowballs from there. Outside of her control. She can't control whether the state is going to press charges or not. But she stood in court and she told her story. And even said that she lied. That she didn't tell the truth initially. Not that she was coerced. But that she didn't. And why? I don't know. And if there's DNA evidence, not DNA, but gunpowder saying that Kelsey and Mr. Daystar had gunpowder residue, any of it, on their hands, then it's between them two. What happened to her is the question. And don't you think that if somebody shot or, one of your people was hurt, you would want to know why? Would it be like, oh, my cousin so-and-so was rumbling with these chicks, and this chick and this dude, ended up, she ended up getting shot because she was fighting with this chick and this dude, or whatever the case may be. You would want answers for your person. It wouldn't matter if this person had gave her twat to half the city. It wouldn't matter that she was a little rah-rah. It wouldn't even matter if she started it because she was running off at the mouth. It really wouldn't. Because most of the people that I know from where I come, my hood, we don't even check for all of that. because the loyalty runs like that. It's like, oh, you my rally, and you got, and somebody did who and what, and it's like, let's go. That's what it used to be. And when you check online, that's what people say it is. So is it or is it not? Just saying. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing, considering that I don't know neither one of them. But I do know something happened to that woman. Something happened to her. Regardless of what she's done in her past, regardless of who she is as a person, a star or a rapper, or how talented she is, something happened to her that night. And I don't feel like, personally, that getting shot because you rumbling with people is warranted. I never felt like that. I felt like Pops. They sissified, scared to take a ass whooping. Put the gun down. Do these so that you can live. And you can live to fight another day. And I definitely think that shooting somebody in the foot is some shit. But that's just me. Who am I? Just Lati from Tears and We Tarot show. You never know what you're going to get. Anywho, I digress. That could be for another day. We still don't feel like it's really yet. We'll see how it plays out, though. We know that they've rested and they're deliberating. So we'll see how the evidence comes out. But I pray for justice. I do. Because I want justice in every situation. Every situation do I want justice. So be very careful about speaking against people and getting justice, because that could be you or your rally sitting on the other side with them persecuting you based on your past, and nobody can hear or see when that you've been victimized. Anywho, Spirit, thank you so much for letting us get that out, because that's important. Our people do that all the time. We go to battle even for, the same way they did George Floyd. This man was brutally murdered, and you could see it. But instead of them looking at the fact that he had been murdered and he had been done wrong, people want to bring up his past. And somehow that disqualifies him from getting justice. How? It doesn't. It's the same thing, beloved. It's the same thing. People could say, oh, he was trying to pass off a false $20 bill. Okay, just like they could say that Megan was running off at the mouth. Her and Kelsey got into it over each other, dude. I mean, how many of y'all go around here sleeping with each other baby mamas, or you sleeping with your somebody so-and-so? Baby daddies passing around each other like the buffet plate on fucking Thanksgiving or some shit, potluck. It's just bananas how we choose to persecute each other. And I'm not look at this. Divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. We need some more of that. Divine protection, cut the cords, breakthrough energy. We definitely need to break through off of that. Cut it. We need to cut that shit. We need to cut it. Just saying. That's just my opinion. That's my 2 cents. It probably only matters to me, which is fine. But whatever it is, Okay. Karmic release. Yeah, we need to release that. We got to hear karmic release to generate some abundance. We got abundance here. We got karmic release. Karmic release. Radical transformation. We do. We need a radical transformation as a people, as a unit. Just to even hold each other accountable these days. Just to hold each other accountable. Even in the sense that leave this on the table, my bad. You want this on the table too? Okay. Anything else? This one? Okay. Healing codes. Healing. Wounds are healed. That's in a challenge. Important information. You want this too? All right. Okay. Yes, proceed, be seen, push through. That's in a challenge. That is it challenge? No, upright. It's up. This one, up. Karmic release. This one, challenge. This one, challenge. Okay. Challenge. Anything else in this deck? No. Do we want to have an energy? Yes. This is the energy. Is it challenge too? No. Down. Okay. Well, let's read it. Cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifestation. Father says it's in a reverse. Yes. So just in case any of you guys get to wondering, again, I am a channeled messenger. I am highly intuitive. I am not religious at all. Okay, not religious, highly spiritual. And you want this one, right? We got so much on the table, y'all. So much on the table that goes here. Can I move this out the way? Yes. Let's get this. I got a coffee cup over here. I'm still drinking coffee, y'all. I love it. But this is more cream than coffee. I got a little bit of coffee in my cream today just for the flavor. It's so good. Okay. Let's just wear here. Do you want something right here? What? This one? This one. And then what? This. And then what? This. Okay, so move this out. So we got this out the way. Lord, I'm telling y'all, I got about 17 decks worth of cards. I usually do a little thing that's put the cards away, and we didn't do that, did we? We should have, though. We could have. We didn't, so whatever. All right. Let's see if we can get you some more angle on these cards. Yay, y'all can see that. Let's get it. Okay, so we have Star Being, Healing Codes, Wounds Healed. Wounds healed, recharging, important information. So there's some important information that's being challenged. Dark psychology. Do you want to pull this book now? Okay. Now y'all see this book. It ain't like no creases like that. Father say, which one? Let me make sure I'm right. Okay. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Use of dark psychology in business. What did we just start talking about, beloveds? Weren't we talking about how people use dark psychology in business, especially with this fake news shit, to keep the spectacle going, to enrich and promote self versus the true virtue of what's going on? I mean, people make it all the time. It's a whole business. We talked about the Inquirer. We talked about Wendy. We talked about all of these folks that do this thing. Like, and there's so many of us in social, like creators and content that's using this type of spectacle to enlarge themselves, increase subscribership, and all of that stuff. Oh, snap. Let me get it back. Right back. Let's get it. Father says, if you are having some business dealings with a dark psychologist, it is a very, very dangerous thing to do. Why? Because his or her eyes are always on the prize money and how she will defraud you and have everything for himself. He or she doesn't mind going to any extent to actualize their desire. A business partner who practices dark psychology will manipulate you in every stage of your business interactions just to give himself or herself an edge in the negotiations. Is it negotiations going on? But an edge in what? It's money, right? The fame, kind of like increasing the money, right? To have everything onto them and none for the wheat. Okay. So be careful who you partner with and how they come make those deals, especially if you're aware that they doing something that's like that's not on the up and up, that they using that dark side, that shadow side to get the business come in or whatever the case may be. Be careful of that, especially when you're aware, because they will turn around and do the same thing to you. That's like sitting up there listening to other people gossip and talk about other folks. Guess what? When you ain't around, guess what they gonna do? When y'all ain't cool, guess what they gonna do? Everything they show you, they will do to you. Trust. Yes. Share business proceeds or even claim everything for themselves. We just literally said that. It's no longer news that the main reason people lose in business is that the other person cheated them out of the deals. Get cheated. Yeah. In the same way, a salesman that's nudging you into purchasing something that you don't really need, Using weird persuasive techniques to strip you of your hard-earned money. That's dark psychology. Yes, it's not uncommon to see that people regret a new purchase shortly after they splashed or spilt all their money. Just, spend your money on something that you don't even really need, and somebody done talked you into or trapped you in. I felt like Spirit was getting ready to say trapped you into, and you done invested all your coin only for them to steal all of it at the end of the day. Yeah. And then you be sitting up there telling yourself, oh, I shouldn't have bought this thing, and you beating yourself up. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. Some of these neurotic employees can leave their own families for the company, spending a lot of overtime in the office just to promote the cause of a company while not minding their own personal health and happiness. Yes, hey, lately there has been a growing concern about corporate manipulation. Corporate manipulation, where a company turns its employees into senseless, single minded robots that rehearse the company's mantra. I feel loyal and just like, yeah, stiff, got me stiff like a robot, yeah. A company turns its employees into senseless, single minded robots that rehearse the company's mantra every morning meeting and perceive competitors as deadly enemies. Some of these neurotic employees leave their own families for the company, spending a lot of overtime in the office just to promote the cause of the company while not minding their own personal health and happiness. Is that it? Where you want to go now? Ooh, use of dark psychology and religion. Ooh, we. 'Tis the season to remember, Spirit said. Let's get that in there. Yes. Talking about religion is a very sensitive issue. It is. I know I always start off by saying I'm spiritual, not religious, just to let you know. So if you don't want to be, you can't bring all this together, you can move around. Ashe, Ashe, love you, Ashe, you know. So, however, religion has now been used by some dastardly dark psychologists as a ploy to manipulate, coerce, and rob people of their possessions. How many we Today, church leaders who are supposed to protect and tenderly look after their congregants who look up to them for spiritual upliftment have turned themselves into lords. Ooh. The ones that they supposed to be leading their congregants and people are supposed to be looking up to them for spiritual upliftment and spiritual growth have turned into their lords. Now, I'm going to say something. I tell y'all I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. And I read a lot of theologies. And what is consistent that I found across all theologies is that we have been advised all over time, throughout the ages, to give our worship and praise unto the Most High God, the Lord of all of creation. Even those of us who give worship and praise to the Word, worship and praise to the Holy Spirit, all honor and praise to the Creator, that which made it all. They milk their followers of their last pound or dollar, while leaving their church members to grapple with disheartening levels of poverty. And I don't feel poverty in just money or lack in resources. I feel lack in spiritual health. They have sweet talked or manipulated their congregants into parting with, I believe, their praise and their worship to put that onto other selves, other lords, instead of the Most High God. And that is a dark psychology. One of the things that we also study is the translation of the old ancient sacred text, that which was written and scribed in the very, very, very early days from when we were able to scribe. Those texts have been manipulated over time. We talked about Moses the other day, and we talked about how the word had been given. Well, one, the Most High God, the Creator, came down and brought the children out of bondage. Like, this camera angle is like, oh, maybe we can get that. That's better. Brought the children out with a mighty hand. Told Moses to go forth and to do this work. And when Moses said, well, who shall I say sent me? The Father says, I am that I am sent you. I am that I am sent you. Performed all the wonders, gave us the blessing of the Passover, and then brought them out in such a way that it swallowed up their enemies all while they were being saved. Had to go forward, a guide forward, just go. And everything behind them was swallowed up. Go forward. No need to look back. Go forward. And what is in front of you, making the way, was the Creator. As they were journeying through that, they were going on this here journey. Here I got my journey cards out. As they were going on their way, the Most High was a cover, a light, gave them food and water, everything that they would need by the Creator itself. Did these things. And then when Moses brought them the law, Moses was able to go up and convene and intercede, and they were able to come and sit at his feet and get the lessons, get the nourishment that they need from the Most High for their spirit. And then Moses' father-in-law said, this work is too heavy for you. It is too big of a cross for you to bear on your own. You're going to wear out, and the children are going to be lost without guidance. You need to bring in others and pretty much anoint them to do this work with you. Well, Moses didn't really go check in on that. He just kind of did it, taking the advice of somebody else. And Most High said, okay, I see what you did. It's going to be a recompense for what you did. But at the end of the day, Most High said, I'm going to come down as a cloud and speak. And when I speak with you, the children will hear. And all through that old law, the Most High kept reminding us that there is none beside me. There is none above me. There is none. I am your Lord. I am your Creator. The source, the Creator, used is intelligence, but the intelligence of the Creator belongs to the Creator. It is engulfed within. The breath of life moves upon the plane of creation itself. In every form does it connect and move us. It is the rhythm, it is the pace. And it moves, but it is a part of the Creator. So for us to give praise to them separately, I believe it has been discerned unto me that it is to err. And it is still to put a separation between us and that which called us. Because all of those things, its intelligence, its breath, all serve who? The Creator. It is the mind of the Creator. It is the breath of the Creator. So when I say all praises to the eternal Lord of all of creation, that is what called it all. Even in that text, when we speak about the messenger that came, the messenger said, it is not unto I but to the Father. And people still even disobey that messenger and give praise directly to it, to him, whatever name you associated with it, whether it was Jehoshua, Yeshua, Ishanathi, Jesus Christ, all of them, all of those names, Krishna, Buddha, Shiva, all of them have been called by various different messenger names. Muhammad, I mean, like, all of them said, it is not I, it is the Father. It is the Creator, that which made all things. So 'tis the season to remember your Creator, that which is with you, omnipresent, at all times. All times, beloved, are you held in creation. All times is the Father with you. All times does the Father strengthen you. All times is that the praise belongs to the one that made you, that said, let there be light. Do you praise the words or the one who spoke? Ooh, it's something to go to the one who spoke you into existence. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. Everything comes from there. And you can find everything in there. It's written in you because you were called by its word. And its word was left in and on you. Heaven residing in earth, on earth, to do the work of heaven. Sometimes it's really just that simple. Let's get into it. So, important information, that's in a challenge. Why? Because we've been taught otherwise, and it's very hard to accept anything else in. But to have a karmic release, Father says this challenge right here. Yep. Heart chakra opening. Open up your heart to that. Are you able to open up your heart to that? It's not a disregard for any of the messengers. It's not. I have appreciation for those who came to remind us of the way. I do. I appreciate that we have written texts and reminders to show us the way. Like Moses was a reminder to the people to help show them on the way. And after that, guess what? Elijah came to show them the way, to remind them. You don't worship the Lord's. You don't. First of all, we ask to have something appointed over us when we had the Most High. And because sometimes you need that physical representation. People do. They look for that. They look for leadership. They do. They want it. Something that they could touch. Somebody that they can go to and feel a physical human connectivity to. Right? And children have always asked for that. But Elijah said, okay, remember, be careful. We're on the slippery slope here. And it was sent on a mission, he was, to get rid of all the false gods. Yeah, to knock them out. But not, I mean, hey, by that point it was like, because Moses opened up the gateway. Like, and now we got all of these folks, and it's like, now you can't tell where everybody's heart is at. That's what I was saying. You don't know. People could, that dark psychology. You have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. You don't. You let everybody into your door. You let one demon in. What come out? His 7 more come with them. You just never know what you opening up your door to. I was watching The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbits, last night, and Gandalf marked little young Bilbo's door because Bilbo said, "No, I ain't going. I don't want no adventure, adversity. I know what you finna bring into my life. I don't want to go." And he told Gandalf to go on down the road and closed his door. Gandalf marked his door. And all now I was going to say demons, but the dwarves showed up. That first one, and if you listen to the conversation, it's very, very, that dark psychology. Because it's like how they would speak to Bilbo when he opened up the door. And even with him trying to repel it and push it back and say, no, you're not welcome, how he responded actually welcomed them in. And then they came in. And he let that one in, and there was more and more and more and more and more just kept showing up. And before you know it, he's like, okay, well then they've convinced me that I'm strong enough to go on on this adventure, and he just took off and went. Now, that's not to say that what he went through didn't grow him and he didn't develop some character and some more fortitude and really push himself to the limit to see what was really built down, baked in him, that which Gandalf had already saw. He knew it was in him, but the way he got it out of him, ooh, was highly manipulative. It was. It was. Yeah. So Father says that if we can open up our heart and receive this new information in, it will help us with a karmic release and lead us to a radical transformation. That's what Father says. And Father says yes. That's in the upright. Yes, be seen to push through, push through, push through. Yes, up. Push through. Push through. Anything else you would like to say? Yes. Source says to push through. Challenge of dark psychology for your own growth. Tears to strengthen you. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, that's it. Ashe, yes. Father says, push through the challenges of the tears, the dark psychology. Push through the challenge of the dark psychology. Tears are to strengthen you. Is that right? Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. Bottom energy or top energy right here is adaptation. On the top we have wisdom. We have wisdom. And let's see what's in the belly. Reveal. Reveal. Yes. Do you want this? Yes. Reveal. The revelation is here, but it's challenged. Disguise. It's challenged. And then now we see death. Father say, put a death to that. You want this? Create. Create is here. Push through to create. Create what? Look at that. Look at that. Rebirth. You want this? The rebirth is in a challenge. Yes. We have patience. You want patience? No. Are we done with this deck? Yes, Father. Can we have the last energy? Yes. This one. What did I say? What did I say, Reed? It's a trick. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you. Put it right here. Okay. There we go. Trick. This one. We ready? All right. Yeah. Yeah, Father says the revelation is here. It's to reveal it, or having it being revealed, that information that's being revealed is a challenge. It's disguised. People don't want to accept. They don't want to open up their heart to receive that. We've been taught for so long that we must worship the word. We must worship the word, worship the word, worship the word. And those preachers in religion, it's a thing with that. It is. Because our texts, our sacred texts and scripts have been translated so many times, and we know not who put their hand on it. Moses opened up the door to all of those people, and not all of them had good intentions. They didn't. People do things in order to bring fame and honor onto self, and that is a whole thing. And we still see that same psychology in this day and age, making spectacles, yes, so that they can lead and trick people and guide them away, and only to hoard that praise and worship and upliftment onto self instead of having it go up to the Father for edification. Because that is where it belongs, to the Creator. And trust me, I judge not. I don't. I judge not, because there's a billion paths to the source. There's a path for each and every one of us. Each and every piece of creation has a path back to the source. It does. I mean, even buildings, they go back to the source. You let a building sit around on creation long enough and tell me that creation doesn't break it down and return it back to the source. It does. Every piece of material goes back to the source. You, I, all of it. We're all pieces of creation. And we go back to the Father. The Father is before us, and the Father is above us. The Father provides all. We were placed here after the garden was complete. The abundance was set, and the Father had given it to us and placed us here, provided all before provided it by the word, by its breath, by its force, its moving force. Did the work of provision. Did the word work? Did the breath move? But it moved from the Father. Yes, balance. Do you want this card? Yes, balance. Father says come into balance. But that's a challenge. To come into balance with that is a challenge. Yeah. Balancing out that information. I don't think it should be hard, but it is. And that right there was to lead you to your happiness, to create it. Yes, we've seen push through the challenge of the dark psychology. Push through your tears. That's what's going to lead you into your rebirth. That's going to help you create your happiness. Yes, that right there is the love, beloved. It is. Where you want this? Right here. Love for who? Yeah, you, the source. Humor. Not taking things seriously. The lighter side of things. Do you want them to lighten up? What do you want to do? Yeah, it's serious. For your light. Yes, because that dark psychology, it's entities. I mean, we read that in the Bhagavad Gita. It's 3 types of main energies out here. Yes, those who serve the Lord, for the sake of serving the Most High and like to give that out in good like devotees, yes, to serve the Most High in that capacity where everything that you do is on to the Father, and it is to enhance and push through the work of heaven here on earth. Like you are consciously aware of the work and you give onto that work. You are surrendered to that. There are ones that are here to experience creation, to be in the flesh, to use their 8 senses, to experience creation, to experience self. When you are in the spirit and back to wholeness, in the completeness in that space, you are combined. It's combination, right? You are engulfed in the all. So you cannot experience your own pixel in an individualistic type of way. So to come into this manifestation in the 3D, to learn to grow your light and experience creation itself, just to experience self. Yes, to my light, to experience my light. As an individualistic piece of creation, the Most High experiences itself through me, through my fullness, and just to do that, it's a whole thing. And then there are energies that know the law, that are very well aware, the fallen, as we call them. What do? They seek to manipulate using dark psychology in order to hoard your light, to steal your light, to suck the energy of your light onto self. Yes, that is a thing. And they puff up themselves with your light, sucking and draining it. And when they target you and they are unable to manipulate you, to turn you, to polarize your charge to them, they will even go on to extinguishing your light. And that's in the Gita, beloved. It's in your other text too. I know, I felt it. Shuffle. Okay. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. A lot of people have a lot of resentment when they find out, that there's manipulation and dark psychology in there and what they've been taught. Because many people just want to get to freedom. They do. They want to be peaceful. This death. Look at that. Death to that. We want some more out of that? Okay. But I have to show y'all. Death. Father says it's time to put a death to that. Have a new beginning, a rebirth. Away with the old. Old new. The old thing that was taught to you. And back to the old flow. The old law. Old law. Is what I feel. To each their own. You do, you do. I'm not, this is all recommendation from the spirit. Yeah. But some people aren't. They're going to have denial. They are. They're not going to accept. They may not feel they have the perseverance to get through it. Like, because the trick. People have been tricked. They have. They really have. You know, it's a trick to make you feel like, you know, any or one thing has a lock on your salvation or you being saved. That's a trick. That's the trick of the enemy. This, anything else? No. Service. Service is what we handed on. And I say that it's because it's in reverse. Okay. Yeah, because people don't serve the Most High. They serve false gods now. Yeah. Yeah. And when I hear false gods, it's not just, you know, whatever type of, you know, I hear vanity. I hear vanity. You know, serving to get vanity. Like, that is the main purpose of it. Not just for self-edification, edification unto the Most High, so that you can be good bread, like pushing through those tears, allowing your situations, your challenges to build you, to brighten your light, to strengthen you, I feel, so that you can raise yourself up. We all are talking about, you know, the 4D and the 5D and ascension and all that stuff, but are we doing the work really to transform and transmute our energy? The data, the energy that we bring in or that we have brought to us, it has to be transformed and transmuted in the kingdom space. You take it in and you transmute it up your chakras and you give it on to the Father. The Father will just give you what it needs. You release it, release it, release it, release it. And then when it's given back onto you, it comes into your heart space. You can discern it. Surrender. Surrender your vessel onto that. And then you obey. You obey it, and when whatever you serve out from that space is to goodness, it's all to good. And Father says, yes, proceed, be seen, push through. Yes, rebirth is in the challenge, taking things too lightly. Yes, being too light and humorous and like everything is a joke, that could be a part of the issue. Maybe you don't realize how serious it is. A lot of people may not. I'm like, I'm on the right deck. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. We getting close. You want this? Anything in here? Nope. Nope. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right, y'all. Creativity. Creativity, y'all. We got, boom, synchronicities. I love it. Creativity. Create. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Create your happiness. Create your pathway to freedom. Create your pathway to peace. Yeah. What did I do? You want any of these? You want this one? Might as well, because look what it is. Radical rebirth. Rebirth is right here. Let's get it. Let's get it, Father. Level up is right there, too, because we was talking about going to new levels. We just said that. We just said everybody want to go to the 4D, 5D. We want to level up, but we have to shed some weight. You got to shed some weight so you can be light enough to level up. Get your spirit light. Rebirth. Radical rebirth. It's on the table. Get your spirit light. It's some things we got to put a death to. Some things that have to fall away from us, beloved. Some things that have to fall away. It does. Karmic release. What did the card say, baby? Get rid of it. We come into this manifestation to learn. To learn. We study the word. We do. We study this, we come in here to level up, to learn, to study the word so that we can learn. 'Tis the season to remember, baby. 'Tis the season to remember. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes. Anything else in here? No. Can we get one last energy for your week? One last energy for your week. Do it one time for your week, Daddy. Do it one more time for your week. This right here. This right here. All right. Ha! Father said it's time to do this. Wake up It's time to wake up. You see her with them trials and tribulations. She finna give birth to something. We see a radical rebirth, rebirth twice. About to be reborn, baby. We going to a whole nother level with this thing. But you see this trial? Anytime somebody giving birth, either you done been in a room with somebody that giving birth, you see how painful it is. Anytime you about to push out something new, you got to put that work in. You got to push it out. Yes, you got to push it out. Ooh, wait, Father, come on. Do it for you. Ooh, we feel right now. I'm telling you. I'm excited. If y'all could feel the energy that's running through my body right now, I'm trying my best to contain myself. I'm whispering because I want to yell. I'm telling you, I'm whispering because I want to yell. Yes, come on. Daddy, we see that butterfly fly by. That's transformation. Yes, going into that cocoon and come on out. Yes, you want this? All right, let's get it. Ha! What did I say? Didn't I say it? Come on, Daddy. You see that on the bottom? Outdated thinking. Outdated thinking. Conditioning. Conditioning. Replaying events over and over in your head. Why? Because somebody that indoctrinated you with the same dark psychology over and over and over again. How many times you done went and sat in that house, that brick and mortar, listening to that person up on the stage repeat the same thing over and over and over and over again? I promise you they got about 15 different 20 scriptures that they and verses that they beat into you over and over and over. Why? Why is it like that? Why is it playing over and over and over and over again? Why do we see these spectacles, the same nonsense in media playing over and over and over again? Why do those salesmen come to you with them tactics saying it over and over and over again? Outthinking, outdated thinking, beloved. Come on with this thing. Put an end to it. Daddy said put an end to it right here over the death. Challenging the death. Outdated thinking in a challenge. Death and a challenge to that. Death and a challenge to that. Karmic release. Let it go. Let it go. Cut it. Oh, Daddy, anything else in here? No. You want to get one more thing for your week? One more thing. One more. Come on, Daddy. One more. One more for your week. Do it one more time for your week. Feel. Yes. Anything in here? Nope. That's a spill. We get excited. I'm telling you, I got to pull myself back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Daddy, pull me back. Daddy says, I like you. Somebody like you. Yes, it's a challenge, though. Why? Father said it's in a challenge because you like others instead of the real creator. I gotta take these last two just to show you. Take a chance, take a risk. Hand of cards. Something is not showing their true hand. They're not. It's strategy. And it's risky. But fathers want you to take a risk. And that risk is one that's really a self-assured. I mean, it's the win-win. Because when you realize, okay, at the end of the day, the word is from the Father. The breath of life, the force is from the Father. I got a direct connection to the Father. Where else is that shown in the word? Adam and Eve. Mary and Joseph. David. Elijah. Moses. All of them. Direct. The Father. The angels of the Lord. The spirits of the Lord. The Father, the Creator itself speaks to you directly. Directly. Unconditional love. Unconditional love. Unconditional. Unconditional. In every facet, every form, every piece of creation, every diversity, every manifestation, every one is an expression of the Most High God. Me, you, all of us, everything. I get so emotional that I could cry because I wish I could share with you. I really wish. I wish. If there was anything to take a risk on, it would be this. I love y'all. This is the reading. It is. 'Tis the season to remember. Remember who called your light, who said, let there be light. And he formed your light. He formed your vessel. It formed your vessel. And you are here in the kingdom. It resides within. And you're in there. And you get to experience creation in this vessel that brings in everything and discerns it. Gift to you, your sight. How do you do that? It's a wonder. How do you smell and taste? Ooh, them beans that we made yesterday was so good. Ooh, that's a blessing. Just to taste it, to smell it, cooking a house full of good cooking food, like you smell it. Oh, doesn't it do something to your soul? Just to experience the smell, to hear the sound of laughter, waves rushing on the shores of the beaches, hear the wind rustling through the trees, to feel the sunshine or the cold, brisk wind on your face, to feel it, to feel the touch of a loved one, to feel the grief of their going to rest, to remember having had them, appreciation for those who remain that I can connect to hear you, to feel you, to touch you, to see you, to taste creation itself. It's a blessing. 'Tis the season to remember that you have a spirit that lives here first and foremost. The Father gives you intuition. Your spirit speaks to you, gives you intuition. The Father will confirm it with that download, that grand cosmic mind. And the ability to do all of these things reminds us that we are connected. We are connected, beloved. I to you, you to me, and all of us to thee. 'Tis the season to remember. Remember this also, always. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I love you just like I love me. And I love me because I love the source that created all of us. Everything. Yes. I love that. I love his grand cosmic mind. I do. I love the breath of life. But all worship goes to the Father because we all serve the Creator. We do. Until the next now on the Tales and Wheat to Row show, Tears and Wheat to Row show. Well, you sure enough never know what you're going to get, because this right here, beloved, what? It's like a whole box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You just never know. And so until the next now, we'll call this one here and Ashe.